For those of you that's not familiar, do you guys know who Pat McAfee is? Or Pat McAfee? Do you guys know who Pat McAfee? Pat McAfee, because a lot of us are only familiar with what it is that we see on this side of YouTube because of our algorithm. And I'm gonna be reading super chat shortly, y'all. Thank y'all. Pat McAfee McAfee has an incredibly loyal following. An incredibly loyal following. I mean, one of the very few people that I see on YouTube, when they go live, they could have 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people tuning into a live stream at one time. It's a sports show. And I have to admit that they do some incredibly entertaining things over there. Some incredibly entertaining things over there, right? You got to study the greats. You got to study the people that's doing it absolutely awesome. And I hope y'all ready to cam up because I'm going to drop the link in the description very shortly. But guess what he did? Guess what he did? He sold out. And people are pissed. People are absolutely pissed. Fans, if you just go and read the comments, you see what it is that they're saying. And they thought that he was going to make an announcement and they thought that he was going to stand up. But he went and he sold his rights to his show in order to be on ESPN. And people are absolutely pissed. This is what it is that he had to say.
Announcement was made. A lot of people pumped. A lot of people pumped.
Yeah.
Cap.
A lot of people not pumped.
A lot of people not
A lot of
pumped.
people not pumped. I just would like to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everybody's passion and appreciation for this program. I would also like a little bit of faith. Huh?
Just a little.
Huh?
Think about it.
Now they're asking for a little bit of faith. The people were advocates. They said it out loud. Before he ever made this announcement, they begged him not to go over to the ESPN network. And now he's sitting here asking for a little bit of faith.
Huh? Kind of look at everything that I've been a part of, pretty much. Like everything.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit different probably than what other people have been a part of. No offense to anybody else, but the way my conversations normally go with people, a little bit different than how they normally go. And that conversation with the powers that be at ESPN right now and at Disney all had the same exact lineup. It's, hey, we are aligned. And I think the reason why I'm so excited for it is because sports media has really been one particular thing for a very long time. And I know there's people that do different things other than debate, but the debate era certainly became a thing in sports media, and debates naturally lead to division and nitpicking and tearing people down because that is what debates do. So I think a lot of sports media was trying to mimic what Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless created whenever it was morning pizza.
Cold pizza.
There it is. And then
In the morning.
Normally it's cold in the morning.
Well, because you order it at night.
Oh, makes sense.
Pizza place is not normally open in the morning, so the morning cold pizza, and then it became First Take, and it was Stephen A. and Skip, and they were debating, and it was captivating because you're talking about two of the greatest debaters, maybe in the history.
So what he's basically trying to explain to the people, and let me show you what the comments say. Let me show you what the comments say. The best thing about this show is that it wasn't on ESPN or a major network. Even though the show was very polished and well done, there is still very charming, hokey, amateurish heart to the whole operation. That was the engine that made the whole thing work. Truly hope there will be a way for Pat and his boys to back out of this deal and switch back to being independent if ESPN Disney try to change it too much. From the king of new sports media to being muted on every bar in America as the bar patrons look at their phones. Hell of a ride, boys. We watch you guys because you're the only sports media show that actually cares about sports. ESPN focuses on forcing politics in every sports conversation. I believe you guys could have made this bigger on your own. You could have turned to PMS. You could have turned to Pat McAfee show into its own ESPN with new shows and hosts. Criticism doesn't come from who Pat is, but because of what ESPN and Disney in. I think it was Pat who said on one of his shows that it's hard to trust someone as being genuine if they don't swear. That's why y'all love me. The beauty of Pat's show now is that it's totally off the cuff and the language is never a barrier. When he moves to ESPN, if he is limited in his slightest regarding the use of swear words, the show will not be honest and genuine. I hope you guys have an opportunity to read the comments because this is how your true fans feel. The one thing that you don't do, ladies and gentlemen, is you don't alienate your core audience. When I get online, right? And let me tell you what my goal is. My goal is to ultimately make the Millionaire Morning Show one of the greatest things that ever touched your streams. Okay? But let me say this. The most important thing for me is my bag chasers. Is my Patreon members. Everybody else got to come in and fit in. Everybody else got to come in and fit in. Let me blow this up really quickly. I'm about to drop the link in the chat for y'all. Everybody else got to come in and fit in. It just is what it is. If you want to rock out with what it is that I'm doing, I'm never going to change the narrative for the majority. I'm going to continue to be what it is that I am for the minority. And the minority is the people that's been rocking with me since day one. The people that's been loyal to me since day one. Those are the people. Those are who I'm always going to feed. Those are the people that I'm going, if I do any pandering, it's going to be to them. If I make any modifications, it's going to be based off of the feedback that they give me. They've trusted me. They've allowed for me to continue to give them the game and lead them. I've never let them down. They've never let me down. And so I'm never going to get away from the thing that made me who I am. It's the people. It's the core supporters. Why would I ever sell out for the you got to come in and fit in. That's what makes us unique. That's what gives us our oomph. That's the thing that allows for me to be able to move and say what I want to say when I want to say it, because I'm not worried about what the general public think. I only care about my bag chasers. I only care about my people. And so why would I ever modify who I am just for the bag? The bag has got to come with it anyway. If you great at what it is that you do, then the people are going to have to recognize it. Listen, make ESPN compete. Maybe you shouldn't want to be a partner. But then the other side of the conversation, and this is one of the reasons why I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Everybody is not necessarily meant to. We had this conversation earlier in the week with the football player, the I Am Athlete, Brandon Marshall. We had this conversation earlier in the week, right? And everybody is not necessarily looking to, and you got to have your camera on. Everybody is not looking to create a product. Everybody is not looking to create a brand. Everybody is not looking to grow with their audience. Some people are looking to just sell it, and they have an exit strategy, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, but you just got to understand that the erosion of trust with the people will then go along with it. I don't want to do business with Disney. Not at the expense of my show, because Disney has shown themselves to be an unworthy supporter of what it is that we do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to rock out with Adidas. I just seen them just put a man in a woman's bathing suit and show his chest hair. I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? How much money is enough money before, for you to kind of stay true to who it is that you are? Let me pin this to the top of the chat. Give me a second, y'all. How much money is enough money in order for you to stay true to who you are? How much do you need?